Welcome to the Nalu Vida podcast, where the waves meet the vibrant culture of Venice Beach. Every week, we'll be chatting with Venice Beach locals, business owners, brand creators, and so much more. From the surf shops to the boardwalk, we'll explore the stories and passions that make this place so unique. So grab your favorite drink, sit back, and join us as we uncover the hidden gems and untold stories of Venice Beach. And don't forget to subscribe and follow us on social media to stay updated on our latest episodes. Let's ride the wave together.
Fucking dope LR.
We're getting distracted by all the beautifulness around us.
Fucking sweet.
Hey guys, welcome to Nalu Vida, Washington, Venice Beach, California. This is our second episode of Nalu Vida's Best. Today we are sitting with the one, the only, Rudy Drat.
Aloha.
I think before we get into the significance of this fantastic artist, I'd like to start by asking Christian and Rudy how they know one another, because Christian brought Rudy to Nalu Vida.
Yes. All right. Well, Rudy.
Yes, Christian. Good brother.
Long time friend with this man right here, Rudy. We met because our daughters went to the same school here in Venice at a place called Coeur d'Alene. And when you're meeting parents, when your kids are little, when you can find that cool parent, the kids get along, well, you fucking make that bond. And so we started surfing together back in the day.
Yep.
And
Never looked back, and good pals ever since. And my new buddy, Justin, who I've recently met, and fucking who can't love this guy?
So
Adorable
lovable.
guy. And
So there's a couple people that can't.
well, yeah, well, just like all of us. But anyway, that's not the point. We're telling how much we love you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
And so that's how I fell into the fold and was honored to provide the escapism that one wants when you go into have a bar and have fucking excellent food, by the way. So yeah, they let me do that. Can you believe that? These knuckleheads.
Yeah, so for those who
fucking
aren't
let me do that.
informed, Rudy he's decorated the entire bar with the main mural all the way to the rest.
Yes, Rudy has graced us with his art. He painted the mural, and then he accented the whole establishment of Nalu Vida with his other art. And it's magnificent. It's beautiful. I mean, you have to come in and see for yourselves. Are we going to do a little tour of his art later, maybe, Nick? Or
I have that footage already.
All right, cool.
Do some cutaways.
Yeah.
So, to the novice art enthusiast, how would you explain your style of art?
Impressionistic surrealism.
So I have no idea what that is. Can you explain? Because for me, I see a funky retro Hawaiian art. In my mind, that's what I would describe it as. So explain the technical version.
Well, so I was asked to provide this kind of certain look. I guess 60s, 70s, this surf genre. Obviously, we're by the beach. The name of the place says it all. Nalu Vida. Hawaiian, Costa Rican, South American. So given that information, I applied my impressionistic surrealism, which technically meaning if you look at a piece of art, you just see just an image. It means nothing. But if you step back and look at it, then it becomes something. So that's impressionism. And the surrealism just gives it a twist to it. Things that don't naturally happen, you know. So does that clarify it a little bit?
It does.
Right.
I mean, it's great. So the surrealism, an example would be on your mural in the private dining room. You have a chef jumping off of the volcano with a parachute and a spatula. Right? That would be an example of one element that you would see.
Sure. Or exactly the way the palms are blowing in the wind and the waves coming from all directions. In nature, you don't find that, but that's a surrealistic approach. And I as the artist, I can justify every single current in that ocean of the mural. But that's because I'm nuts, and most, here's to being crazy and being an artist.
Yes, yeah. When we first started conceptualizing Nalu Vida, Rudy was the first person that came to mind that would be the ultimate artist for this project, and luckily for us, maybe not so lucky for Rudy at the time, when he was off of work and was able to give us his time, right?
Sometimes you're starting at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And for my day job, yeah.
Your day job
hours.
can make you can be really, really busy. And, there was a little off time and it just kind of worked out.
No, yeah, it was, and it could not have happened at a better time. And I'm going to say bathrooms excluded. Come grand opening, I'll have 98% of what you guys have ordered done.
I feel like you're moving pretty fast.
It looks pretty.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
It's fire.
How long did it take you to paint the mural?
What's that?
How long did it take you to paint the big mural?
Shit, how many days was I here?
Well, let's bring that question back even further, because originally we thought we were going to open on St. Patrick's Day. that was or at least
that's
what I was.
thought.
That's what I was. Well, I have a
We
delusion.
opened, yeah.
May 3rd, by the way.
But you're like, you know what? I'm gonna get this really close by then, and I believe it was very close by St. Patty's Day, at least for the mural.
Yeah, I rested on the bets that that was very optimistic, but was probably not going to happen. But I didn't rush myself, because that process is something that just evolved and came to life. I didn't do any thumbnail sketches. The only thing I committed to was the horizon line. That's where the water line falls. And that commitment from that point on, then it evolved from many things, and then I got an idea of what it was going to be. And you're saying, I want to do this, and I'm like, okay. And your positive energy and all this good vibes led to. I'm very pleased with that, and I've done a lot of murals, and a lot of them I go, God, I wish I had fucking like 10 more days to work on that or whatever. But all in all, I don't know, 80 hours, 70 hours. I was coming in all hours of the morning, staying late, while construction was going on all around me. But it was awesome.
Yeah.
You guys know, it was nuts. It was fucking crazy.
Mortified one morning when I came in. I think you had just finished, and we were just two ships crossing. Because I got in, there was tape up, and one of the workers I could see at the bottom there was a smudge, and I was like, oh no! Somebody had rubbed something up against the brand new painted wall, and we waited until a little bit later in the afternoon for the Phoebe was sleeping at that point. and you're like, don't worry about it, it's all a part of it, it's all about the transition. And I was like, all right, because I was mortified.
Yeah.
Tell us.
To that point where you back up a little bit, you mentioned you wish you had more time on other murals you did.
Yeah.
Let's rewind it to the beginning, like your inspiration when you had this passion to become an artist. You were born an artist. Tell us about Rudy. Where are you from? Where did you grow up?
Well, I come from a long line of artists. My mother was an artist. My father was an artist. My mother's father was my grandfather on the mother's side was an artist. My daughter is an artist. I was born in Pasadena. I'm an LA native. And when did I start drawing? I was probably like 3 years old, and I was drawing cartoons. And Mad Magazine was in, and Don Martin, I fell in love with that style. So I nailed that style at probably age 6, and I was drawing Don Martin characters fucking everywhere.
Nice.
And from there, it evolved into, I got into painting in high school and started doing giant, weird, abstract paintings. Pablo Picasso is possibly my, biggest influence of all, one of the greatest all time in terms of, because he is a fine artist in so much that he can paint realistically, but when he chose to go to cubism and to the abstract surrealism, that really triggered something in me, and it said, like, it spoke to me. It spoke volumes to me. So here's to Pablo Picasso, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. So
Thank you, Pablo.
thank you, Pablo. And by the way, nobody ever called Pablo Picasso an asshole. I drove down the road and it's El Dorado. That's a little Modern Lovers song reference. If anybody gets it, they'll get it.
So out of all of the work that you've put into Nalu Vida, do you have any pieces that stand out or that you're extremely proud of, and something that obviously nothing can be duplicated, but if you could do it again and do a print of it and do signings, do you have anything here that is like that?
Well, that's a tough one. The mural itself is one that's a worthy, I think. There's a few pieces that that for lack of space ended up in the bathroom. There's a couple pieces I don't really care for, but I won't tell you what they are. But they fit, and they fit the
I really like the mask. The mask, like the tribal mask.
Yeah.
What's that one?
So there's a couple cork pieces in there. I'm gonna add. I have one more for you guys. That it's wrapped. It's basically a piece of plywood wrapped with any kind of fabric print, preferably a floral or Hawaiian print. And then I have 2-inch cork. I acquired these 2 feet by 4 feet fat ass cork, the shit they used to line, houses with in back in the day, right?
Yeah.
You're back in the 70s when you had your smoked glass mirror and corked walls. Everything was cork. It was all about the fucking cork. But it turns out this shit is very easy to carve. I break out my little reciprocal saw and just based on Hawaiian idols, blast them out,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. That's the first one that popped in my head.
No, those are fun. I've also done some traditional carving of dried out palm trees, but obviously those are very time consuming and they can be, cumbersome to transport and whatnot.
When did you dive into the tiki style South Pacific kind of vibe with your pieces?
I gotta say, after my first trip to the islands, we'd go a lot as a kid. I had the great fortune of visiting the islands, most all of them, short of the Forbidden Island, obviously. But so from age 7, I was hooked on fucking the concept of idol or first man, i.e. tiki. But people cheesify tiki, and then there's authentic tiki. This is the pieces in here are very authentic tiki-ish. They have the South Pacific flair and love. But yeah, to answer your question, right around 7 years old, I just fell in love with that image. Studied the gods. I did deep dive later in college and high school, Easter Island, all of it, which, as you know, is a province of Chile, and that's a bucket list for me. Going to visit Rapa Nui, so from 7 years on, that's part of my thing. I do a lot of other artwork that's not tiki, believe it or not. I do a lot of just postmodern design work, which is some of it could fit in here because it has the colors. But I gave you guys what I felt the place needed because it's escapism. Pardon my fucking French and an inability to speak. It's dumb tongue, we call it. No, but like you've said, and I've heard you guys say, it's a destination. It's escapism. You want to go in there and go, fuck, man, am I in the islands? I'm not worried about my day-to-day life, and this helps. But what helps is to be surrounded by just beautiful looking furniture and beautiful fucking people,
And beautiful artwork.
Well, yeah,
I mean, such a huge fan of yours, Rudy.
I appreciate that very much.
I can't thank you enough for everything that you've done here. And I mean, you haven't even. I think you're probably 80% done with our bathrooms. when you come to Nalu Vida, you'll take a walk around. But this morning when I went to the bathroom and I saw the latest piece that's in there, I was like, I can hang out in this bathroom.
I know, some of it's like, oh boy, why didn't I do this on the wall over there?
What is your inspiration? Because there is a bit of a transition going from our main dining room to the hallways to the bathroom. What is your inspiration for what's going on in the current toilets?
Okay, so anything that's going to be in the toilet has to be sanitized, right? Because it has to be wiped down. That means covered with plexiglass or painted on the wall and then sealed. So that, because bathrooms need to be sanitized, right? So short of the imagery, it got a little more whimsical, as you may have noted, in some of the bathrooms. When you guys come, I go into both bathrooms, whether you need to or not, just to check out the art. But so in terms of that, they do need to have a covering and need to be able to be washed down. And they're a little more whimsical, and they try to compel whomever's in the bathroom doing whatever they're doing, and that's none of my business. Right. But hopefully encourage you to go have another cocktail or another beer. And
there's a seahorse having a libation in the bathroom.
Yeah,
just to give you one little one so you can come and check out both bathrooms.
Yeah,
and little
local flavor. Yeah, so short of that, just go a little more whimsical in the bathroom, and then encouraging the patrons to go, you know what, I'm going to hang out a little longer, maybe have a couple more beers. Psychologically. No food or beverages in the bathroom. That's fucking disgusting. But the point is, go, hey, you know what, guys? We were going to leave. Can we hang out a little longer? Sure, why not? It's Nalu Vida. This place is fucking awesome. By
the seahorse.
Cheers. Thank you for that. Cheers.
And I did want to bring it back, since I did interrupt you, and then let you finish your thought. What is your favorite piece in Nalu Vida? You were touching on the mural, but you didn't really finish.
Those are hard to pick out.
I can't give you a favorite, really.
Fair enough.
Depends on the mood.
I think
exactly
the generic response is all of them. I like all of them.
Well, that's what's so fun about your artwork that has collided with Nalu Vida is any seats that you go into in the restaurant. I mean, there's days where I'll sit in one corner and then I feel a certain way there, and then I'll move over to another spot.
Yeah.
You bring, there's so many different elements that are together but also completely separate that make you feel a different way.
Yeah.
What you did was brilliant. And
thank you.
If you haven't been over to Nalu Vida to see Rudy's art, you need to jump on that bandwagon immediately.
Yeah, and I'll add a video of all of them throughout this.
And while we're at it, let's plug Rudy's website. And where can people peruse your art that is for sale?
Right now, it is under construction, but you can visit it it's as simple as Rudy Drat, one word, RUDYDRAT.com. Type that in. The menu is a little difficult, and I need to update it. My technical advisor is in New York. That would be my daughter, because I'm not very tech savvy when it comes to that shit. But you can see that, and my number's on there, my email's on there. So definitely do collaborations. If you see something and you want something like that, or you want something entirely different, I do portraits on velvet too, posthumous pet portraits. But they don't have to be dead either.
And that being said, some of the art on the walls that you put up, is that also, if someone wants to say, oh my God, I have to have that in my house?
Well, now, as stipulated in our agreement, you guys are the sole owners of every piece with the exception of two. And there's only two pieces that are on loan. and those are available for sale. But if you guys want to sell any, I will replace whatever one you sell.
Well, we'd have to call you ahead of time to make sure that the market price is correct.
Well, yeah,
absolutely. As you become more successful in your career, we don't want to undersell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only going up in value. But I do want to thank you guys for giving me a fucking an opportunity. And I'm like, I've been down on the West Side 30 plus years. I've been painting for fucking 52 years. Yes, I'm 59 years young. I know, hard to believe. I get 28 all the time.
Look at that skin. The skin and that hair.
It's all that surfing.
Yeah, and all the good drugs. No, don't do drugs, kids. Anyway, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart to give me a platform. And over there, number 1 Washington Boulevard. I mean, you cannot get any closer to where one of my, it's not a great surf spot, but it's a spot that I visited because I could ride my bike here,
Yes.
And I'd get my 45-minute session in, and I'm just as privileged and thrilled as you guys are, if not more so.
Very iconic Venice, the pier, right?
Yeah, no question. And
praises to you and thank you.
Jaguru Dev, and you guys, nothing but good things. I cannot encourage everyone out there to come in there. You don't have to look at the art. You don't have a choice because it's there. But the food is fantastic, and and they're adding things to their menu, and their drinks are unbelievable.
Oh, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food item?
It's not on the menu, but there is a bit. No,
off the menu.
No,
yeah.
I mean anything off the dinner menu is fucking fantastic. The bacon wrapped plantains are fucking out of control. That coupled with the smoked meats, the fish tacos. Oh, the poke is fucking off the hook. The beet version of the poke is off the fucking hook. It's all fucking fantastic food. And I'm a foodie, so I mean. It's
you should be our Yelp review writer.
Well, thank you.
Fuck Yelp. People who have time for Yelp, my God, what is that about?
But you got to play that game.
Yeah, I know.
It sucks.
Yeah. Well, I'll get an assistant to do the Yelp.
Thank you for the stellar review.
Yes.
No, it ain't a lie. I ain't telling you. It's gonna be good. And look, summer has arrived. Everybody's moping. It's gonna be great. The sun came out at 7:45 this morning.
It's a beautiful day today.
The weekend's going to be
gorgeous.
fantastic. It's only going to get better and hotter and more crazy down here.
Right.
Well, cool, man.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us today. This is
Yes.
going to be the part of our episode where every week we're going to be reviewing a new spirit.
Nice.
Look, we got some luck. We got a bee. There.
Oh, that is good luck.
Today we are trying Mele. Now, you guys know a lot of the beautiful Hawaiian words. Does anyone know what Mele means? Anyone?
It might be Miley.
Is it Miley?
Well, Miley refers to a lei, and I wore a Miley lei when I got married, which is it's not an open lei, it's just a lei of green leaves. They're not the taro fruit, but
That's a very good guess.
but it's a guess, but it's wrong.
So it is Mele,
Okay.
and Mele is Hawaiian for the lovely one.
Okay.
This is Jason Momoa's vodka. They partnered up with his buddy, I think his name is Blake Blair, a fashion designer, and his partner is from Vermont. And they claim that the Vermont water is the most delicious water on the planet, and it is in its purest form. And when they add it to their distillate, they're not doing any filtration. It's coming right out of the river or the ice.
Thank you.
Their standard of water is extremely high. And all of their grains that they get from sourced from local farmers in Vermont near their distillery. And I also read that their bottle is 100% recycled.
Nice.
Every bottle is different than the other one.
So I see this as a limited bottle. Do we know what that means?
I don't know. Maybe every bottle is limited because
This is from batch 1.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I mean,
gee.
That's a
then
collectible.
I shouldn't open
Shouldn't
it.
have opened it.
Whoops.
Wow.
Well, Jason Momoa, if you see this, come and bring us another batch.
So hopefully this is good.
Hello, Scott. Yeah.
It's been a minute since
I'm not a
tasted
huge
vodka. Yeah.
vodka drinker.
Actually stopped drinking vodka after the 90s because one too many mind erasers.
Cheers.
Wait, so we're doing the whole review thing again?
Yeah, we'll do it. So Rudy, we're gonna let you start. You can give your full review of the vodka.
And just a reminder, last time we had said a double overhead is the 10 out of 10.
A
best.
double overhead, but since then Christian has devised a new scale of rating.
It's the thumbs up or thumbs down.
Shaka up,
The
shaka down.
Yeah.
But it could be
And then something in the
something
middle.
in the
Something
middle,
in the middle.
Yeah. Maybe it's all the way if it's just out of the park, right? Or if it's
Okay.
just completely terrible.
Well,
you know?
out of the park would have to be that
Would
one.
be a
right?
little, yeah.
All right. Let's
Alright.
see.
It smells like vodka.
Wow. That doesn't suck.
That does not suck. That's smooth. I like it a lot. I'm not a vodka guy, but it's fucking fantastic. Good work. There's something in the water in Vermont, I guess. Huh?
Right?
What do you think?
Yeah,
there,
not too bad.
Mr. Warren?
As an old school vodka consumer from back in the day, I think Kettle One was the last vodka that I would drink. And
Yeah.
if you're gonna try any spirit, it's got to be room temp, and then you know if it's any good or not. And actually, this is the first sipping vodka I think I've ever had where I could just enjoy this by itself, diluting it with ice. It doesn't have to be cold. I'm not really sure what flavor profile I'm looking for in a vodka. Because I'm not
Vodka
right,
flavor profile.
but this one has like.
You're right. It's very sippable. It's smooth.
There's
It's
some
not
kind of
harsh.
like it's not tropical, but there's some kind of sweet fruit can't really place on the back end there. But it's actually nice. It's subtle, drinkable. I'm giving it one of these.
Wow, two
Nice work, Jason.
straight up. Again, not being a vodka drinker at all, you still get the scent of. If I had to smell it, I could probably pull
You
out
said
that
this is a
that
this
it's
is a
vodka.
green
Yeah, it's a grain.
not a potato.
It's not potato. I did see on their website that was really beautifully done, by the way. Some great imagery. I think there were grains and possible a little corn in there.
Does that mean it's not gluten free?
Yeah, probably not. If it's grain, it's not. But that said, I feel like on the flavor, or forget the flavor, just the texture, I'm getting a little bit of like mallow, like a little creaminess.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's soft on the palate.
Little velvet.
Yeah. But the back end still has a little bit of that, alcohol heat, but not in a bad way. And again, we're drinking this room temp, and for someone that's not a vodka drinker, I think this is fantastic.
Yeah.
I think mallow, the mallow tree where the marshmallows came from, as you may or may not know, in ancient Egypt, the mallow tree grew. I think that's a great descriptive word because it does have a buttery kind of element to it.
But you're right. There's something on the back end. Like I don't know if it's a stone fruit or there's
Right.
something there that
It's not bright tropical, but there's something there that can't play.
So I'm gonna give you full up on this too. Full up.
Shaka's all around.
All right, boys. And I'm going to give just got news today that a fellow soldier, one of us from the bar world, used to be a good friend, Steve Ryder, passed today. So I'm going to tilt a glass up to Steve.
To Steve. Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, homie.
Fuck yeah.
Boom.